enjoying your relationship. This is the most important video out of this series. Enjoying your relationship. If you are not enjoying your relationship, you're not happy. You're frustrated, you're upset, you're hot and cold. And this doesn't matter if it's new love or if it is a specific person that you are trying to manifest. This doesn't matter if it is money, if it's your job, it's life in general. If you're not enjoying it, then you are finding ways to nitpick the relationship so it is not enjoyable. If you need to one-up your partner, if you need to make sure that they are conforming in a specific way instead of letting them be themselves, the person that you fell in love with, you're not enjoying it. And this is called hot and cold. Hot, cold, hot, cold. Oh my gosh. He was so sweet and he was texting me. Now I haven't heard from him in 2 days. We had a fight and he's not talking to me. He blocked me. We can't do that. Because when we do things like that, what happens is it pushes them towards us and then it pulls them away from us. So you have to focus on these 4 things. And I've talked about these 4 things with clients this week. These 4 things. Without this, you don't have a successful relationship. But first, this is Susie, your beautiful Swan Queen. Welcome back to the garden, my beautiful duckling. Thank you for subscribing, smashing the like button, sharing my videos. I love you. I am the best life coach with a 99.6% success rate in helping people get together with the love of your life. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one, join my paid Facebook group, Upscale Your Money, buy t-shirts from my daughter and her bestie. Those links are in the description below. When you want to clear your mental blocks, your past stories out of your head that you think are blocking you from being with your specific person, go do my No More Negative Stories program. I promise you, doing that program will drastically change your life for the better. That simple little program of working on what is going on in your head, the association you have with specific words, has cleared so much in my clients. It's unbelievable. That link's in the description. I am the voice that is going to get you your specific person. If you listen and implement and do what I tell you to do, I promise you, you will get your specific person. Out of 1,000 people, 4 didn't get their specific person because they didn't do what I said. They would talk to them. It would continue to be hot and cold. They would go from contact to no contact to contact to no contact. And then their SPs wound up with somebody else because they didn't do what I said. Now, you can interpret it. But if your way's not working, try something different. And this something different changes your life. It frees you from the past, and it gives you the love of your life as a side effect. And I used to say that all the time in the beginning when I started YouTube. It's hard to believe I've been here for almost 5 years. But if you're happy and you're enjoying life and you get your specific person as a side effect, that's a good thing. If you're happy, I drastically turned up your happy meter because I dialed in and tuned it all the way up. You're enjoying life and your specific person isn't the only reason you're living. You don't want to be caught in that trap where you're only happy when they're texting you, they're calling you, you're spending time with them. You want to be with them so that you are enjoying life. And when they're not with you, you're at work, you're having dinner with your friends or a family event. You're okay. You're enjoying life. You are out there living it to the extreme. But if you are specifically stuck on your specific person and this person is the only reason for you to be happy, these 4 things that you need. Number 1, the quality of your relationship, the value they bring to your relationship. So I'm going to explain quality. Are they bringing you joy? Are they bringing you peace? Are they bringing you adventure? Are they bringing you fun? What are they doing that makes you want to be in this relationship? The value. If they value you, they make you feel good. They bring you peace. They are making you feel seen and heard, worthy, deserving, enough. Value doesn't mean that they have to bring more money to the table than you have. Value doesn't mean that they have to be completely whole, healthy, and healed. Value means that they're giving you something that you lack in your life. Quality over quantity is my opinion. So if you have quality texts, quality phone calls, quality dates, quality vacations, it's not last minute, it's not spur of the moment, it's not whenever the moon is at a certain phase in its cycle, it's consistent, it's ongoing. You're continuously enjoying this relationship. They're continuously bringing you fun, love, adventure, romance. They are doing stuff on a regular basis. They're not ghosting you and you're counting the days between seeing them, text messages. You are invested in. You are feeling loved. That is the quality of your relationship. I used to describe it as happily married, but so many people are not happy right now that I said, let's try a fun and romantic marriage for the moment. You will get to happy, but first you need to see that your relationship is fun, romantic, and you are enjoying it. Which brings me to number 2. Just because you're happy doesn't mean you're getting romance. Romance is the second thing in your relationship. That is the candlelight dinners, the little gifts, the poems, the surprise picnic, the walks in the woods, the park, the beach. What are they planning date-wise? Is every date just take out and watch Netflix? Is the date consistent of, 9 o'clock at night, I'm bored, let's go grab Taco Bell, and he plays video games, and you're on your phone? What is romance to you? I told you guys in the beginning, define what romance is to you. Because you can be married and have zero romance. Been there, done that. My 6-year relationship was married. That wasn't romantic. My relationship that I had for 6 years wasn't romantic. So, I've defined what romance is to me. And romance includes, I want the candlelight dinners. I want the surprises. I want them to plan something that's going to make me happy. Let's go miniature golfing. Let's go a getaway weekend. Let's sneak away even for a night. I come home and my living room is turned into a little picnic oasis with the beach playing in the background. So we were on the beach. What things can they plan that would make you extremely happy? Because that makes you feel worthy, deserving, and important. So the romance is important because that is the quality of your dates. It is the quality of your day-to-day life with them. Let's get into communication. Communication, just like enjoying and being happily married, is very important, because I know people who are married, been married for years, they don't talk during the day. And that used to be normal for me. The guys would go to work and the women would stay home, and they wouldn't hear or see from their person until they got off of work and came home that night. So imagine me growing up and, he leaves, she's home all day long, and then he has something to do with the guys after work because it is their hobby night, their thing. My stepfather used to do archery. So he would go to work and then it was archery night. He wouldn't come home because he'd go straight to the archery club. And then on weekends, he would do archery tournaments. What are they doing? They go for a week-long fishing trip. You're left home alone with the kids. But you didn't get a week-long vacation. The women didn't get a week-long vacation away from the kids while the guys took care of them and they got to go out on a trip. No, they had book clubs, garden clubs. They had things that they did so that they weren't just in the house alone. They knew who the neighbors were and they spoke to the neighbors. We didn't like all the neighbors, but we did talk to the neighbors. Today, we have social media. So we talk to people on social media instead of the person across the street from us or across the hall from us. Who are you talking to? So your communication with your specific person, how are you describing this? Is it fun? Is it loving? Is it kind? Is it romantic? I get a lot of people who tell me that they just send memes back and forth. I need a relationship with more than just memes. You may not. I don't know how many different ways you can get a hold of me. There's my regular text messages, iMessages, there's Instagram, Messenger, WhatsApp. I have Telegraph. I have Google Chat. I have Snapchat. So that's just 8 right there. And I literally message people on 7 of those platforms. Oh, let's not forget, there's also YouTube. There's emails. So now we're at 10. So if I'm communicating with you, Snapchat could be more playful. Messenger could be sending memes along with Instagram. And don't forget TikTok. And then Facebook, because we're sending stuff back and forth from there. And then there's my regular text messages and iMessages. That could be for more serious conversations. How are you using your messages with them? How are you using phone calls and video chats? Especially if you're in a long distance relationship, what do your video chats look like? What do your phone calls look like? Are you in the car talking to them on the phone? A lot of us have Bluetooth on our cars today. So your phone goes to your car and you can talk to them through the speaker. It's magical. So you have your enjoying your relationship, your romance, and your communication. Well, the last one is your adult activity. How are you describing your adult activity? Because I know people who've been married for years and don't do it. I know people who've been married for 7 years and haven't done it in 7 years. And you know what they're doing? They're complaining that they never get it. It never happens. I love my wife, but she doesn't want to do. She says it hurts. Duh. It's gonna. Because you don't do it enough. But why would you sit there and say that? That's like saying they ghosted me. They're ignoring me. You're giving them orders not to do what you want. So when you focus on these 4 aspects of your relationship, what's the quality of the relationship? The romance in the relationship, the communication in the relationship, and the adult activity. Those 4 things determine your success or your failure. Because I'm going to use this as an example. This is one that failed their relationship. Why? Because they kept saying they were not married. And because they were not married, there was no relationship. And they literally would say no to the relationship. This person and them lived an hour apart. Their person would come see them on the weekends. They would bring wood for the fireplace. They would come home Friday night and make dinner. They would do the honey-do list on the weekend. Which kept saying no relationship. Person finally met somebody else and she married somebody else. The person was there every weekend. Oh, and during the week, they were on the phone watching the same movie together or TV show together. The relationship was there, but because she didn't have a piece of paper that the government said that they were married, she lost the love of her life. And then she did the typical, Neville groups. It's not the person you want, it's the feeling, and married somebody else. Now, I would have said if the person was healthy and happy and enjoying life and they let go of that person, it's because they changed and that person no longer met their standards, but this wasn't the case. Because I've had clients who have done number 1, enjoying life, enjoying the relationship. And when they went through coaching with me, they realized that they were happy. And this person no longer fit in their desire of happiness. And they came to me with, Suzie, if it's this person, great. If it's not, I'm okay with that. Because I want a relationship that's going to bring joy into my life. So if you look at those 4 aspects and you get back down with your trusty paper and pen and you start writing down everything you enjoy about the relationship, and you started praising what you enjoy about the relationship, actually praise what you enjoy about the relationship. Because I have a client who has her person, and this client, I love this client. When am I going to see him again? It's been so many days since I haven't seen him. And this fits a bunch of you guys, and I love you. When am I going to see him again? You're not praising daily communication. You're not thanking them for daily communication. You are merely talking about the fact that they are unavailable. And then I have clients who don't tell me that they're talking to their specific person every day, and all I hear is the problems. When is he going to show up for me? You're talking to him every day. He's showing up for you and you don't appreciate it. I truly love you guys. Relationships aren't as complicated as you think. You don't drive yourself insane over your relationship with your best friend, with your sister or your brother or that coworker. You don't go home and sit on the couch and cry because they didn't text you for 2 or 3 days. You're not posting on social media that they blocked you. You're laughing and saying, oh, they'll unblock me. But when it becomes that love, that person we want to spend our life with, that we want to have a family with, we let them rent too much space in our head. And then we create scenarios that are not true. And these not true scenarios cause chaos. And it pushes them away. And for the sake of this video, please stop arguing with your specific person. Please quit demanding that they conform. If you are in a long-distance relationship and your specific person calls you today and you video chat with them 10 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, that was a date. and it wasn't enough for you, but still don't forget to thank them. Your guys especially, they need to feel like they are a hero. They need to feel like they are doing good for you. They need to be praised. You also need to give them their space. You also need to make them think about you when you're not there. And it isn't, he's thinking about me, he's thinking about me, he's thinking about me, he's thinking about me. Because that's just high school stuff. That's not a real relationship. If your person is a fireman, a policeman, a surgeon, an ambulance, works in the ambulance, and you're over here, he thinks about me, thinks about me, thinks about me, thinks about me, thinks about me. And this goes both ways, male or female. Your mom gets into a car accident. The police officer's distracted because he's thinking about you 86,400 seconds a day. And doesn't call the fire department, doesn't call for the ambulance and the fire department fast enough. And then the ambulance driver is on its way there, but thinking about you. So there again, doesn't get there as fast as they could. And while they're working on your mom, they're still distracted. And then they finally get you and mom into the ambulance, and then they rush you off to the hospital. And then the surgeon that has to operate on her is distracted because they're thinking about somebody. Stop. Let them do their job. You're not enjoying life, and that's why you are saying they're constantly thinking about you. And social media tells you that's acceptable. You want them to make money so you can be a stay-at-home mom. Let them do their job so they can make that money, so they can help the people that they're supposed to help. We are not here to learn about self-love. We are here to learn about love. The love of a spouse, the love of a partner, the love of a best friend, the love of a coworker, the love of a stranger. And sometimes that love is chaotic, and sometimes it is beyond beautiful. You wouldn't know what love is if you didn't know what frustration is, what anger is, what hate is. And love is a made-up word. So you know what? Grab your list, your book, and define what love means to you. What does the word love mean to you? Because I get clients that say all the time, Suzie, why do they love me? Ask them. Before the word love was made up, how do you think people described how they felt about somebody? I really like when you do this. Wow, that was really nice of you. You really did that for me? That's amazing. Being around you feels wonderful. I'm proud to be your partner. I'm proud to be your wife, your girlfriend. In the old days when you got married, there wasn't a piece of paper. You really didn't go to the courthouse and change your name. You got with this person, you had children with this person, and you said you were married. The wife took on the husband's name. When you focus on you and what makes you happy, your happiness bubbles outside and changes the quality of all your relationships, not just your specific person. And I want you to be happy in all areas of your life, because if you are frustrated right now about the quality of your relationship, what they do or don't do for you, and you are sitting here on the couch telling me about it, what happens when you're married and they're doing the same thing? Nothing's changed. You're miserable. You're unhappy with your relationship instead of enjoying it. Focus on why you like these relationships. That's what you do with your best friend. You don't focus on all the bad stuff they do or the stuff you don't like. You focus on the good. And the fact that you can talk to them about anything. They're your ride or die. Your partner's not your ride or die because they're hot and cold. So we find your happy meter and what makes you happy in a relationship so they can give it to you. And that's where the breakthroughs really begin and life starts getting better and better. I love you guys. You have an absolutely positively amazing day. And as always, leave me a comment and let me know how I am drastically changing your life for the better.